Spain is legalizing more than 500,000 immigrants at the moment. People that are living here illegally, and it never happened before. I will talk about this in the video today. I'm here in my apartment. We are finishing the renovation. We are putting our personal touches to create a home. And we are investing less than 2,000 euro. We are increasing a lot the value of this property. And by the way, this property it came from a friend of mine, this opportunity, because I accepted to go for a dinner. Can you believe that? How lucky I am? Yeah, I will talk a little bit more about it later. And then apart from immigration, I want to talk about two things. One thing is, what do I think that is the best thing about living in Spain, in my personal experience? And the second thing I want to talk about is a secret for you to be happier and healthier, because if you are planning to move to Spain, there are many things you're gonna face throughout this process, this transition. As we've been living here already 6 years, I like to share these insights. So if you are planning to move and start a new chapter in your life, you can maybe learn from it. So let's speak about the best thing, in my opinion, about living in Spain. You may be a little bit surprised because it's not the weather, okay? The weather is great here, okay? It's probably one of the best things. The safety is great also. It's very safe, especially because I came from Brazil. Brazil is not a safe country, and now it's getting worse. But for me, the best thing is the learning process every day. Let me explain you this concept. For instance, when I decided to create this channel, speaking in English, and most of the time I'm improvising. You can see I'm doing videos at the open houses, and there I don't prepare too much before going. I'm speaking in front of the people, so this is just one thing. But if you decide to move to a different country like Spain, you're gonna see that you have to face the language barrier, English and Spanish. In case of you come to Marbella, you're going to speak English a lot, and this is great because this will make you to be active, mentally active. You're going to push yourself to learn different things every day. So for me, this is the best thing. This is gold. This is priceless. When I was in Brazil, I was working in my company there. I still have a company, but I don't have any employee. It's inactive at the moment. And then I was just bored because I was facing my computer every day, like almost depressed because there is no movement, no activity. And here, when I came here, it's everything new every day. The culture, okay, it's not just the language, the culture. You learn from different people, you can go out, and every day is a new experience. Every day is a new adventure. Especially here in Marbella, because you have different places to explore. We're having different clients now interested to buy something, and then they want to understand how is living in Costa del Sol. What is Costa del Sol? What is Marbella? Before, when I came here 6 years ago with my family, I also was curious to know, what is Marbella? I thought that everyone was saying Marbella is too expensive. Yes, it's very expensive. And then I will talk about it at the end of the video, because I think immigration will never be the same. Now it's such a big difference. Like, I will also give you a tip, or at least my suggestion if you are planning to move here, because we are living another era, we're living another time that is not like 10 or 20 years ago. And then coming back to the best thing for me is that because you are in a place with sun, with beaches, with easy access to different countries, you can connect with different people, go out, like the open houses where I go. If you see my videos, I'm going to the open houses. In there I can connect with people and make friends. I have a friend, Jessica. We have done videos together. Jessica is from Mexico. She lived in the United States for 20 years. And then she created a company that she's taking people, Americans especially, to go out and visit pueblos, that white, like white pueblos, no, typical from Spain. And she takes the people inside of the home. They make food. They speak Spanish on site. Like you live the experience. It's very different that you go to Duolingo in your phone, or the internet, social media. It's totally different. And then these experiences makes you happier. And I was also watching, there was a research they have done, and they studied people for, I think, 70 years. The longest research about happiness. And like they discover that the main factor for you to be happy is to connect with people, to have valuable relationships. And it made me think about it, and it's really true. So from this topic, I'm going to connect to the next one. That is the secret that I call it like I can call a secret, because I think when I realize the importance of networking, I started to become happier and getting better results in my life, my personal life, and my professional life. I'm doing a lot of connections with people, especially because I started shooting my videos, and then I had to force myself a little bit to go out. I also say this to the agents that work with me, or people who want some guidance. I say, go out, connect with people. There are some networking groups here that pay 40 euros per month, and you are invited every week to a coffee or a presentation, and then you can maybe put yourself, stand up there and say at least who you are, what you do. These challenges that really makes you improve in life when you put yourself in a discomfort situation. So through networking, everything starts to happen, because you will probably agree with me that we tend to become inside of our bubble, because I did it as well. When I arrived here, it was just taking the kids to school, supermarket, going home, sleep, school, supermarket, home. So you live inside of a bubble, and then you tend to avoid uncomfortable situations like going out. For instance, we started going to the church. We wouldn't go to the church before because, let's stay at home. Sunday, what you do on Sunday? Let's rest, let's sleep. And when we started going there, we started to connecting with people, lovely people, kind people that are there to help you, to support you. And they have, in this church, for instance, they speak more than 50 languages there, so they have the translations live. So it doesn't matter if you understand Spanish or not, you can have the translation, and they are always there to open themselves for you when you arrive, if you are new. They really care about you. I also mentioned this in other video, that I really like to go to this church, Healing Place, in Spain, not because it's a Catholic, or doesn't matter the religion. It matters that the people, they have love as the main factor. The main goal is to help other people and spread love. You connect with the best, the God inside of you. Or if you don't believe in God, whatever, maybe you believe in something else, and something greater than human beings, greater than material things. And this is connected with the networking idea and concept I'm talking about. So if you're planning to come to Spain, keep this in mind. If you start the networking before you come, even better. I'm doing these videos for myself, but at the same time, of course, I want to add value to the people who watch it. And why not the people who are watching to think the same? If you choose to work with me, for example, we're gonna exchange this energy. I will probably do my best, and then we can maybe become friends. It doesn't happen all the time, but we can become friends, and then we're gonna be integrated faster to the society, to friends. I was yesterday, we shot a video in a yacht in Puerto Banús, and I introduced Robert, my colleague from the United States. We are working together more than a year now, and introduced him to Jessica, that is managing the business on the yacht. And then now they are doing business together. Robert hired the boat to celebrate his daughter's birthday. And you see how the things happen. So it's much easier if you know who to talk to, if you connect yourself in a community. So why not to think about it before you come? And then we are entering now at the main topic of the video, immigration. And before I continue, I wanna ask your opinion about immigration. Maybe you are watching this video from another country, you are planning to move to Spain, you are dreaming about it like I did. Me, my family, we studied, especially myself, I was watching the videos on YouTube 2 years before I moved, because I had to sell a home, my home that I was living in Brazil. I sold the home. It took me almost 2 years to sell it. And then I was watching the videos, trying to understand what is Marbella. And it's quite interesting that yesterday I was talking to a client, became a friend, Andre from France. And he was saying to me, Dico, I'm happy because you do your videos, and we are understanding better what is Costa do Sol, what is Estepona, how is the life there. And we are not interested just in seeing properties. We want to know how is the life. And it's curious, then his wife just speaks French, and then now I want to learn French to communicate with her. So you see, the relationship push you to become better, and that's great. Like it's a both side angle. You know, you have benefits always from relationships, and that's what I think. And immigration now in Spain is totally different. It's becoming very expensive, everything. I have lived in Barcelona 20 years ago. I lived there for 1 year. It was totally different, the situation there. Like Barcelona is becoming quite dangerous. I hear this from different people. And that time was everything so easy to get work, to get money. And now what is happening because of these conflicts that are happening, first was the COVID, and then came the Ukrainian and Russian conflict. And now there is this conflict in the Middle East. The prices are going higher, the oil is going higher, so for you to drive your car is more expensive. The food is getting more expensive as well. The tickets for you to travel is much more expensive. And the main problem is actually the housing problem, because everything got much more expensive. And here in Spain, we have a big problem. That is, the law doesn't help at all the owners. And I see the side of tenants. I know how difficult it is, and maybe sometimes it's a good person cannot pay. It will happen. It happen, of course. So just because the people are not paying doesn't mean they are bad people. Sometimes they cannot pay. They are good people, but this is a problem that created this immigration limitation, because there are not many long-term rentals, and that's why the prices are very high. And if we combine all these negative situations, you can realize that the life here is much more difficult. And if I was going to start again, I was going to be prepared to come here and buy something as a property, as a house when you come. Of course, I know many people don't have the option of buying, but that would be the smartest option. because lately I see also it was a friend of mine. He came back to Brazil, an architect. He was living 5 years in Milano, and then they moved to Marbella and they stay 5 years. Then they had to go back to Brazil because they had to move 2 times in 1 year, because they rented. People here normally when they rent apartments, they rent like 10 months, 11 months, like I'm doing. I'm renting this apartment for 6 months, maybe 10 months if someone wants, because I don't want to commit myself to rent long term. Maybe if you are an investor watching this video, you're going to be afraid about it, but that's the truth. Okay, it's happening now, and it will cause bigger problem for all the immigration. But that's the reality. Okay, you cannot do anything apart from that. So what you can do is plan more. If you would have to plan like 2 years before coming, maybe you can plan it longer, plan it more before you move, and then you can buy something when you come. Or maybe you come and stay 1 month, 3 months, and then you learn more about the area. Is it the area that you really want to live? Like when we decided to move to Europe, we were thinking about long term. Me and my wife, she has Italian citizenship, and I'm finishing the process of my Spanish citizenship. And by the way, you probably have heard about it. Spain is very slow in everything, so they will be probably very fast to legalize these 500,000 illegal immigrants. But for me, that I'm working here legally 5 years, they will take years for giving me my citizenship, but that's okay. So we decided to move here, and we were not sure if Marbella would be the right place. We first went to Sardinia in Italy, and then we didn't like it. So people in Italy, they are like, the mood is not the best. Here is much better, I can assure you. And then we were not sure about Alicante or Marbella. Marbella, Costa del Sol, Costa Blanca is different. The energy, the atmosphere, the weather, like the weather, of course, is better, but the atmosphere here is better. It's more like young and nightlife vibe. So this is the main thing that made us to decide to come to Costa del Sol. We lived in Fuengirola first. I would say that all the cities here from Malaga to Soto Grande, they are very good to live. I was speaking yesterday with a client from United States. They are thinking to move next month. They are coming here to see some properties. They like Soto Grande because it's a very calm, it's more, how can I say, retained, like more calm, more isolated. They want to be in a calm area. They had that idea that Marbella is a lot about mafia, drugs and dangerous, but it's not like that. It's very safe here, very, very safe. Yeah, we are having more and more clients coming, especially from United States and from UK, in the case of my company. But most of them are looking to start a new chapter, and here the work is a problem. So this is another thing that I didn't mention before. The immigration is more expensive, and Spain is a country that really don't care about helping entrepreneurs to invest and to move the money. And this is a big problem. This is maybe the worst problem on this scenario, because you see in properties, commercial properties, like everything is, they are very good at charging taxes. They discount directly in your account. Sometimes you don't even know why they are taking your money out, so take care. There's nothing you can do about it, but that's the way it works. Even in Brazil, it's much better in taxes, in the taxes side. But at the end, we have a different life here. So the main thing about Spain, you will probably hear about everyone that is living here, is that you live more life. You enjoy more life because it's very family oriented. People are friendly, the climate is good. It was one of the first things that we as a family, we realized, me and my wife, of course, we don't have the grandparents here. This is a big challenge for us. But we realized that here the schools stop early than Brazil or other countries. And most people don't work on Friday afternoon. And no one works on the weekends. In Brazil is normal, very, very normal. The real estate agents work full time on the weekends, and here is not normal. So it's more like life providing, pushing you to relax, slow down, and really enjoy life. And it's very family life. And I also realized this with my friends, my clients. Most of my clients, they have the same values like me. They are family oriented. They are looking for a peaceful place to slow down and enjoy more as a family. And yeah, most of the clients, they see me things that they also like in them for themselves, like family and health and slowing down from business, because it's quite easy nowadays. You don't stop looking for money and a better car, a better house. It's everything to show off, to grab. At social media, you see many people just grabbing about having money, having material things. And I don't see life like that. I see very much that we don't take anything from here. We have the money. If you have the money, use it wisely. But don't love money. Don't depend on money, because this is another thing I always show in my videos. And we really believe that you can enjoy a very simple life here, don't spending too much money. And of course, you have the nightlife, you have expensive things here as well, of course. And Marbella is probably the best place to enjoy expensive things. Well, I hope I could add value to your learning, to your, how can I say, your journey, maybe, if you are in a journey already, starting now, to move to Spain. And if you like the video, please leave a like, subscribe if you are not subscribed yet. Let me take you to the outside. Have very beautiful views today. See you at the next video.